welcome to episode 18. I'm gonna say,
17? No, yeah, you're right. It's
ha
18.
ha ha. That's why I'm the host uh, of Big Dorkgasm podcast. I'm Rob, and this is undoubtedly going to be the bestest episode of Dorkgasm like ever.
Agreed.
Yeah, ever. Um, because we've got Krispy here. He's been talking a whole bunch.
Hello!
Yeah, and we well, let's see. Do I say who we don't have? No, I'm not going to do that. We do have Justin.
Good day.
Was he on
Two.
Wait a
the
minute,
last
that
one?
That's
sounds
two in a
awful.
row. That's two
Was
in
he
a
on the last one, the short
No,
one?
you guys did the short one last time that I wasn't
Oh,
part of.
okay. That's right. Still,
Yeah,
two
that
for
was.
three. Two out
hmm
of the last three is pretty good.
It could be habit forming, I think.
I know.
Yeah, so we were supposed to be doing this like 2 weeks ago, um, and then stuff came up,
Yes, by
and
the way, congratulations on Remo Williams,
yes,
son of Robin.
that was awesome. Um, Tricked my wife into naming a child um, after Lex Luthor.
Yep.
That was
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so
Baby's
that
happy,
was.
healthy. Everything's good.
Yeah, he's pretty short. That
He's
was
not
just.
Well,
7 foot tall like.
I
Yeah.
bet your wife was happy that he's short. Uh,
Uh, you know.
Well, height isn't an issue usually for the birth. It's usually the width.
Yeah, the rotundness of the
Yeah.
baby.
the Mike Rotundo. Sorry, wrestling reference.
Yeah, that was sad.
It doesn't get any better.
You just dorked up this gasm a little too much, my friend.
Do I have to clean
Yeah.
it up?
Preferably.
All right. So, I guess there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't know
You'd,
what we're going to talk about first. I'm
you'd
so
think so,
excited.
but I was like thinking of stuff to talk about, and I didn't have a whole lot. Um,
This is going to be a big,
it,
huge, entertaining episode. We got nothing.
well, we've got Comic Con coming up, right? And
Yes, we
Justin
do.
Justin is going to be able to attend.
I will be
So,
there.
what are you most excited about?
I am actually excited about getting in to see the Walking Dead and Game of Thrones panel is my big thing. Plus, there's actually something else going on there that I'm hoping to win tickets to. There's actually a haunted house there that's actually legitimately haunted that they're going to allow people to go through during Comic Con.
Is that the one in Little Italy or what? Isn't that the one we like walked through? Past don't they
It's
have like
called
tours and stuff through it?
yeah, it's the
Okay.
William Heath Davis house.
Yep.
It's just a couple of blocks away from the convention center.
Yeah.
And yeah, they encourage people to bring cameras, recorders, take pictures, and they're gonna just give flashlight tours. And they say that most of the things really get active after 1 a.m. But
When they
I
turn on all the machines.
yeah, but they say that, I mean, this is all legit. They say there's nobody in there. They're not doing anything. Whatever you see is what actually happens there.
Hmm.
And I just think it would be awesome. They're charging people $60 a head,
Oof.
so I'm not paying that, but I did enter a contest, and here's to hoping I get some free tickets.
Cool. And
Yeah,
you were gonna go see some panels too.
yeah. Basically, Friday, like I said, the Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. Really excited about that. Sunday, if I can pull off doing 2 overnight stays in line for the Doctor Who 50th anniversary panel, Community and Supernatural is on Sunday. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's in a couple of weeks, right?
that's next week.
Next
Starts
week.
on
Wow.
preview nights Wednesday. Starts Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
I
So
don't
yeah,
know what
so
news is.
I'll have some information here to begin with, and then when I get back the next time we do one of these, I should have some reports on what I saw.
Cool. Uh, we were gonna talk about. I know we were gonna talk about Red Wedding since we missed it last time, but I Justin is trying to catch up on season 3. So I
Yes,
don't know if
please
it's.
don't talk
So
about
I
that.
don't know if we can do a non-spoiler review of.
Wow, I am glad you did that because I'm not going to be a jerk and do that.
Thank you. I'll
I
be
was
caught
I
up
was
this weekend, Rob. I
I
will.
was
I
going to
plan on
ask if you thought
marathoning.
if what the odds were of certain actors appearing at the Game of Thrones panel, but I will refrain.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at who is going to be in the panel because I know that will spoil it, I'm sure. So I at this point I need to get caught up, and I do plan on marathoning it this weekend to be caught
I
up.
don't know if that's true or not. Only because there's so many, there's so many characters and a
I,
vast cast. Like you could expect that, some might not make it, or
I know, but I'd rather not know anything because I know that's such a big part of season 3 that I don't want to spoil anything. So I'm just gonna give it a shot. I will be caught up soon, and then everyone can talk about it and whatnot. I have to get caught up because I know if I go to the panel, that's gonna screw everything for me.
yeah. I thought the other thing I was going to talk about is like I don't know why they didn't save it for the last episode of the season.
That's what I heard.
Well,
It was the second to last
It
episode.
is, yeah.
traditional because the second to last episode is always the episode where shit happens, and then the last episode is always the one that sets up everything for the next season.
Did well, but Ned died.
The second to
At,
last episode.
did he really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
I guess
last
that's true.
season, the
Oh, because it's
Battle of
only
Blackwater
six
Bay was the
episodes.
second to
Yeah,
last season.
that's right.
So yeah,
Oh, I guess that makes sense then. How far are you? Yeah, Justin did receive a um from a generous benefactor access to HBO Go to catch up. I will not say who.
Yeah, he's really not that important, but I
No,
did appreciate it.
yeah, because I don't think that kind of thing's allowed, but it happened
It
anyways.
is now.
It is now. Hey, I don't have an Xbox account to tie it to, so
Yeah, exactly.
there
So
you
I don't
go.
see the problem here.
Yeah, another. You're also catching up on Doctor Who. You were a complete noob scrub
I
of Doctor Who up until like
I
a month
am
ago.
about 5 weeks ago. I started watching it, and I am already. Just finished episode 2 of season 5 last night.
So one, two, three. So you got to see. You've seen the first two Matt Smiths,
So
right?
the first 2 Matt Smith episodes, yes.
What do you think
I
compared to David Tennant?
I'm gonna go ahead and be perfectly honest right now. I'm not a huge Matt Smith fan right now.
Ha! Yes. I mean, I love Matt Smith, but yeah, he's not. I love
It, I,
David
and
Tennant.
don't get me wrong, I loved David Tennant. I thought he did a good job, and I can see the appeal to Matt Smith, but I know it's just going to take me a little while to get used to him.
Yeah. Have you gotten to Rory yet? Is he in the second episode?
Uh,
Yeah, I mean he's
the
in the first one technically of Matt's. He's the boyfriend.
that was the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
The
was in that,
okay. That's right.
but
I forgot. Yeah, that's completely the first episode.
yeah, because that was with the the eyes or whatever.
Yeah. I mean you may change your mind the farther you get into the season too.
That's what I've been told, is that as it goes on, it'll he grows on people, which I'm sure it'll happen. It's just right now I think it's because there was so many episodes in a row that I just watched of David Tennant that it was really hard since I was basically
Hmm.
been watching it nonstop for the last few weeks. It's just kind of weird going into a new doctor again.
Yeah. Well, and like when he changes that first time and you see him and you're like, "Oh, okay." And then he yells, Geronimo is his catchphrase and
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
know what?
"That's not Alan Z. That's not nearly as
No.
good."
And it was real rough too, that last episode with David Tennant. Just that last line, that I'm not ready to leave or
Mhm.
whatever. I'm like, wow, that's sad.
That last episode, Rob likes to make fun of that last episode, but
Well, why am I not surprised?
it just the
he, he thinks it's just like,
the grand farewell tour.
yeah, to David Tennant, like
Yeah, I thought that was a little much, but you know,
old
it
men
Have you
crying.
guys been watching the Doctors Revisited specials?
I haven't. No.
no,
I have been catching them, and they just had the one for the sixth Doctor, I believe it was.
Is that Baker
No, Baker is the fourth.
fourth?
I believe this was the guy after Baker, which would be the sixth. I'm
The
pretty sure.
sixth.
Oh, he was so bad. It was just awful, awful,
Is he like the
awful.
candy striping looking guy? It wasn't there's one
He,
that they had like the weird like the he looked like what Mighty Python used to make fun of with the
he had like
Saturday picnic and stuff.
he had like the blonde afro
That's
for
right.
lack
Okay.
of
Yep.
like just oh man, he was just like completely air like I don't know about the actor. I'm just speaking of that doctor portrayal, but like completely arrogant, like no redeeming qualities to that Doctor, like at all. Oh, and also they made the TARDIS into a pipe organ, so
Mm.
there was that.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was
I
not
don't know
good.
if I could ever go back. Maybe to watching some of the Tom Baker stuff, but I can't imagine. Geez, going back and watching some of the ones in like the late '70s and '80s.
Yeah, actually, I've whenever they show these, they rerun them with just the half-hour retrospective about the Doctor. But when they air them the first time, um, they also include one of the serials from that Doctor, like the whole, I like 2 hours or whatever, 2.5 hours, um, for the whole story. And so I've been watching those, and yeah, they can be kind of rough.
Well, they didn't, they still didn't have a big budget back then.
No, no, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just yeah. The one of the most interesting parts for me is just they get various people talking about their memories of that particular Doctor, and David Tennant's on like every special, like just completely geeking out about. I mean, it's just hilarious to me seeing this guy who is I guess one of the definitive or most popular Doctor Who's just completely geeking out over that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was a true geek for Doctor Who. I was like, I remember last time we had talked about the rumors of what the next, the special
Hmm.
or whatever. I don't want to ruin it for Justin or anything since he's still, but the more I've read about it, the more I think you're correct on like who John Hurt is supposed to be.
Yeah, actually, that's the what is it? It's eight. Yeah, that would make him the
Ninth? No,
no. What
oh wait,
Smith
10th,
is the 11th,
11th,
right?
10th,
Yes,
ninth,
Smith is the 11th.
Okay, so the ninth,
ninth, 8th.
eighth
He's the eighth
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the retrospective is on him, considering he had like a 2-hour Fox TV movie.
Yeah, like
A- and that
Justin,
was
the eighth
it.
Doctor never was. He had a 2-hour Fox movie, and that was it.
Yeah.
That seems kind of pointless.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
there's
it was a pilot. They were thinking about bringing it to the US, and for whatever reason they decided to keep it in the canon. So it he was an actual official Doctor. And they
Hmm.
did like some books, like audio adventures, not like audio books, but like radio play type of things that they put out on CDs or cassettes. Excuse me.
Okay.
And he did the voice of the Doctor in those. I guess before the relaunch of Doctor Who. So I guess that's kind of where he fits in.
Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. That's the one thing I'm wondering if they might announce who the 12th Doctor will be at Comic Con next week.
oh, I doubt it.
Yeah,
They
there's
used
no way.
they usually save that, yeah, for you'll have no idea.
And
Okay. We'll see.
it'll also probably be nobody you'll ever have heard of.
Oh, probably. But, you know.
Have you felt? I was reading some responses to just this past season in general, or I guess just the 11th Doctor. But do you feel that he's too sexy?
I yes,
Like the
I
whole
do.
like sex factor has been
Oh, I thought you meant Matt Smith in
Matt
general. I
Smith.
just he's
Well,
distracting me.
distracting
Um,
you, but I mean, like, is like the whole aura around him, like like the episodes and the show itself has gotten too sexy for Doctor Who. Because I guess a lot
um,
of people feel that it's too they're focusing less on him being like super smart and intelligent and a methodical thinker and being bumbly and love struck a lot of the time. I don't know.
no,
No, because I
no.
mean, ever since Matt Smith became the Doctor, it's hit America even harder. Like
Well, yeah, I think that was very much helped by Amy Pond, but
that could
uh,
well, but
hot redheads always.
always win. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably the best looking companion so far.
Well, I liked Martha. Um, that was just me personally, I guess. But,
Scottish redheads will get me anytime though.
but oh, don't get me wrong. Karen Gillan, yes, I'm okay with that.
Who, by the way, will be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that should be interesting.
Nebula, she's going to be like a space pirate,
Mhm.
yes, which will be cool.
Have they have they said anything about Rocket Raccoon yet?
Nothing. No idea who the voice is yet.
Huh.
They're bringing
Okay.
in Vin Diesel for some role that hasn't been announced either. I
There was something online that I read that it's something to do with the Avengers 2.
oh okay.
And so I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that he's going to play some character in the Avengers 2.
I wonder who that would be. Would they throw him in Thanos makeup? I have no idea.
No, no. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. Um but yeah, I mean I don't know for sure, but that's what I've been reading. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure that'll be announced next week, but
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be. I'm sure it
cuz
will.
he's going to
He's
be,
there. Yeah.
all over the place. So, we'll see.
Cool. Well, we can. We were already talking TV, and so we've gotten through, the Game of Thrones and Doctor Who, the most important shows. We did mention previously, even before we started recording. I know Justin is very upset by this, and I am also upset that Donald Glover is only going to be in 5 episodes of Community next season out of the 13. They said he's going to be pursuing other things, but they didn't really
Oh,
mention what.
Childish Gambino.
Well, yeah, he's got the music, and then apparently he is working on a what is it, a television show based on his life, something like that. So he's actually trying to get another television show off
Everybody
the ground.
hates Donald.
Yeah. Yeah, spinoff from the Chris Rock show. No, it's that's what I've been reading. Is he's trying to get another television show off the ground.
Huh.
Either
I,
way, it still sucks for Community.
I mean, I imagined it was more, TV or movies. That's usually
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. So that's definitely sad. So I don't know. I mean, between his character and Danny Pudi's character on the show, I mean that's a huge part of it. So it's going
That
to be really
chemistry is a
weird.
big part of it, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, but Dan Harmon and God, another one of the original showrunners as well are returning.
Yeah, it's like everything was going to be perfect. They brought the showrunners back, Dan Harmon, everything, and they got rid of Chevy Chase, which is fine. But then, yeah, this is a pretty huge deal of him only going to be in a few episodes. I mean, I'm still going to watch it. Don't get
Oh
me
yeah,
wrong, but it's just I think that's going to hurt the show.
it's gonna make. I think it's gonna become like The Office season 5, where everything just starts to fall downhill from there.
We're so close to the 6 seasons in a movie, though.
Yep.
So close.
Could there ever be Community the movie?
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't see that happening. But it's still funny that has been the moniker for it to keep it going, and it has almost made it to
Six
that
seasons in
point.
a movie. They'll force it in, even if season 6 is like 5 episodes.
Season 6, one episode.
Done.
Done.
What else? Oh yeah, Whose Line Is It starts next week.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, July 16th, which is next Tuesday, right?
Ah,
Tuesday.
yes, that's right, because it's
Yep.
the day before I leave for San
Just
Diego.
set
I'll
your
be able to watch
DVR
it.
that way. You won't miss it.
Excellent.
Have Rob or Justin, have you been watching Under the Dome at all?
No, I'm gonna catch it on demand or
I think that's what I'm going to do too, Rob. I was interested in it, but I just didn't watch it right when they premiered it.
I was very excited about it. I've been waiting for since they mentioned it, and that Amblin is involved with this, which is Spielberg's company and production company, and everything. And to be honest, man, it's a bit of a letdown for me. I mean, they've changed a lot with the characters, which I expect because they're trying to make they turn into a series as opposed to a mini series. And they're gonna have to make some changes to make it work in the long run. But I don't have any connection to any of the characters, and none of them feel like what was in my head when I was reading. I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm just yeah, I don't know. It's the pacing is
It
kind of
is
slow.
is it does it have a lot to do with maybe the dialogue is not bringing you in, or you just feel you just don't care enough about the characters at all? They're just nothing that.
Yeah, I don't have any connection. Like they're
Okay.
following kind of a storyline, but some of the stuff is so divergent from what from what the book does,
Mm.
especially with like the police officers and everything. And I don't know, the
um,
military aspect, like the main character in the book, like they completely changed like him.
yeah. Stephen King actually has a thing up on his website where he talks about them changing it, and basically what it amounts to is they, you know, the book's still the book, and they didn't change anything. It's he compares it to a like an
Like Walking
alternate
Dead.
reality.
Like Walking Dead, the
Well,
show is
yeah, but
different
I
from the
mean,
comic book.
what he talks about is it's like think of it. He thinks of it as like an alternate reality, and apparently they changed the source of the dome for the TV show. And also, one of the things they're doing for the TV show, the book takes place over the course of about a week, and the TV show is going to be a longer time span, so they needed to make some changes to make that
They're
work.
definitely dragging it out.
And I personally am quite glad they're changing the source of the dome because I was not super
That was
thrilled
a
about
big letdown. Like everything was great up until like the end, and in fact, I don't even didn't even like it. I don't even remember what the source of the dome was. It's
it.
some omnipotent beings, right?
It was alien children.
Okay, alien. Oh, so it was like magnifying glass over ants. Thought it was something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was. Yeah, that's exactly what it
That's
was.
right, because he was shouting them like they were kid. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
that
curious
was
to
the
see
thing.
what
He realized they were kids. Yeah.
the I'm curious to see what it actually is then. Probably some military mumbo jumbo. We'll see. I I mean I'm gonna keep with it for now, but uh, the- I don't know. Especially Junior. Like I expected, he's such a pivotal part of the show, and I really don't like the actor they got to play him. His way to play Junior Rob is big eyes, big crazy eyes. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep with it for now. Have you been keeping up with Falling Skies at all?
No.
I
Yeah,
have.
have you? I'm only 3 episodes in, so I'll have to.
Uh, what are we on? Fourth,
Oh,
fifth?
sixth. I thought it was sixth. They have a review for the
I
sixth
think it just
episode.
had the fifth, didn't it? Or is it on the
I
sixth?
think it's six. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like 3 weeks behind catching up. I am almost think this might be the best season so far.
It's getting pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like the most recent episode they had. I'm not going to spoil it, but I really like it because they have it with Tom and Pope
Okay.
having a lot of interaction, which
And Pope's a great character.
I really like his character too.
Yeah.
It's
Of course,
very
everyone
good.
loves the anti-hero. Blah blah blah. But
Yeah, sure. But it ends up being a real good episode because it focuses on those two. And yeah, so if once you get caught up, it'll be pretty good.
do they have a panel at Comic Con?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember they it was kind of cool. They got what pins and stuff. Like that was they were the year we went a couple years, a couple years ago when we went. They it was right after the first season premiered where they
Right, because they had that thing too where you could get the little on the back. The you get the little what
because
the
they were
heck?
giving out pins, but they were the different pins on different days at different
Yeah, they had
locations.
different pins, and then you could get the actual thing on the back, like the harness children. Which
Oh,
I,
that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, you could
Mhm.
get the harness.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, they do have a panel this year. It's not in one of the big halls. It's in one of the smaller rooms. But I don't. I think it's on one of the days where I'm already going to be in something. I would like to see it, but I think it's being moderated by Will Wheaton. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do like a little mini marathon to catch up on that one. I for some reason I got so involved with things lately, I just completely forgot. I had been watching it on demand because I was too lazy to set up the DVR, and then I forgot
I
all
had been
about it.
too. I had been watching them on demand because I had to catch up until this past Sunday. I was able to actually watch it. So it was it's good. It's definitely good. It's thankfully it's one of those shows that isn't suffering as it's going on. It's actually getting better, and I'm really excited about where they take it now.
Yeah, I don't know how the ratings are, but I don't TNT seems to be pleased with it, and they keep pushing it, which is
Oh
great.
yeah.
Um, Speaking of space, the only thing I had TV related left was the I don't know if you guys had heard about uh, Star Wars Rebels, the animated series. So when Disney bought Star Wars, they canceled Clone Wars, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the cartoon show, because they were planning on making another one, and I guess it's called Star Wars Rebels, and it takes place between episodes 3 and 4. So it's like the beginning of the Rebel Alliance. So they haven't mentioned whether like that might include like a teenage Han Solo or Lando Calrissian or Be awesome if they had like a baby Admiral Akbar or something.
Oh my goodness.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's enough of that.
uh, but yeah, so that's coming out. I thought that was kind of cool. Uh, maybe they'll focus too much on the whole teenager thing, and they'll WB that shit right up, CW it.
Could be.
Who knows? Um, move on to games real quick. Um, Deadpool came out 2 weeks ago. I want to say.
Yep. 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Justin, you've played it. What do you think?
It's not a great game. It's very funny, but the gameplay leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, it, it's not a bad game,
I heard it's
but
pretty repetitive.
but it's not a good game.
It's not.
So
It's
take it
not.
for what you will.
It maybe not worth the $40.
No,
Maybe wait till it's on sale on
it's
Steam.
not worth full price like I paid, but I mean the humor alone is worth at least a playthrough. So if somebody gets a chance to rent it, whatever, I would recommend renting it.
I was
But
watching some of the cutscenes, and I don't know if I've laughed as hard at a video game as I did watching
oh
some of
yeah,
those cutscenes.
oh yeah,
They
it's
definitely
ridiculous.
captured Deadpool. You know, the spirit of Deadpool
Oh yeah,
vibe.
Nolan North does a perfect, voice work for that. It's great. But yeah, like I said, good for a rental. I'd say it's worth a playthrough once, but I would not pay full price for it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Ryan Reynolds, I guess, recently addressed whether or not they're still trying to get that Deadpool movie made, but I think Marvel's been very, very weary to, you
Because
know,
they don't want to make an R movie with
a
basically an
superhero.
anti-hero type thing, and it's really sad too because I think it could do well,
Yeah,
but
I don't know if the I want to say the target audience is there because I mean all the time I see internet memes and references to like Deadpool, like the
Mhm.
the Kool-Aid Man Deadpool and the like
Right.
I mean maybe it's just this niche that's so loud about Deadpool, but I
And
think
it could,
it's
but
there.
the crazy thing about it is they've talked about making it on even a lesser budget than what was originally talked about. And I'm thinking if they can pull it off with a lower budget, they'll easily make their money back. Maybe not in the theater. I mean, it's still possible, but you figure DVD sales, that's going to be one of those cult type movies, I think.
Yeah.
And they'll make their money back. I don't think that they're going to pull the trigger. I'm starting to really lose hope that it's ever going to be made.
And if they do make it, would you like to see Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, I would love to see Ryan Reynolds do it. I really think that he is the perfect choice just because of his sarcasm that he's got. It's just so fitting for the character. And
I would like to
yeah.
see like the silliness ramped up though from Wolverine,
Oh yeah.
the origins. Like
Well,
he
yeah,
was
they
great, but
ruined it in that. I
well,
mean,
they
yes,
definitely
he had
ruined it in the end. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it showed promise, and then they decided, oh, we're just going to do something that makes no sense. All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I hope it gets made. I don't think it's going to right now. I hope I'm wrong, but for as long as it's taken them to just tread water right now, it's I don't
I
know.
feel like they should take that step, take that risk, right? Like you've done some incredibly very fiscally, like beneficial movies. Like
Hmm?
everything, what you had, all the Iron Mans have been good. Thor, Incredible
Right.
Hulk, like every one of those has been brought in tons of money, and Avengers brought in a buttload of money. I say you take that risk with an R movie. Shit, I'd like to see. They're still waiting for the the R-rated Spawn movie.
I know.
Todd
Well, and
McFarlane's been talking about that since 1999.
oh, yeah. Well, and you got to figure, okay, you've green lit an Ant-Man movie. Now, I understand that from the
You
test
also have Edgar
footage.
Wright in your pocket.
Exactly,
You
which I
better make a movie.
understand. I completely understand that. But if you're going to green light that, which is an even lesser known character, for all intents and purposes, than
Not nearly
Deadpool.
as popular. Yeah.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you? And I'm sure that the Ant-Man one is probably going to have a budget that's probably medium range to towards ridiculous.
It'll probably about Thor, I would
Yeah,
imagine, because they're
yeah,
gonna have to spend all that CGI money on the shrinking and growing
yeah. Because
of
what I read with
Daredevil.
Deadpool, they're saying we could do this on 50 million.
I mean, really, you need humor and
Hmm.
you need swords and guns. I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty minimal when it comes to action movies. You know,
yeah, and you got to
generation
figure.
power. He wears a
Yeah,
red and black suit. You can't see blood most of the time, anyways, on him.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think give him a smaller budget, but do it.
Yeah,
I
because if
think
they say they
take
can
a
do it with a smaller
chance.
budget, take a chance. You put more money into a lot of other crap that's failed. This one has a chance to actually outperform its budget.
I mean, Warner
So
Brothers can't get their shit together for a Justice League movie. That would be
no.
huge, you know. Like they can't get that together. You know, I'd take a chance with Deadpool
Mm,
while they're twiddling their thumbs, their
right.
thumbs up them bums. What else? Oh, Steam Summer Sale started today, I think. On
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. So lots of good games out. You know, I should pull that up here now. Well, I know that BioShock Infinite is up there for $34, which is pretty good considering it
I thought
just
it
came out.
was. I thought it was 30. I actually just had that up and then closed it.
You're
Oh,
right.
if
Sorry.
It's 29.99.
Yeah.
okay, for everybody out there, play the game.
Yeah,
It is beautiful.
I'm very tempted to pick that up. Uh, they have Defiance, which it's an MMO and everything, but it just recently came out and it's only $13. So it's
Wow, really?
it's 13.59 and it's not a paid to play. Like it's once you buy it,
Hmm.
that's it. It's like
I
microtransactions.
that might be something I might look into. I'd
Yeah, I
be
mean they say it's
curious.
kind of they say that especially the driving aspect of it, like the as far as transportation goes, is a lot of fun and very fluid considering it's all these people on servers. You'd expect it to be kind of rigid, like fantasy horses are kind of lame.
Hmm.
But they, yeah, no, they say it's fun and it kind of gets a little repetitive as you go along. But for $13, I mean, you can easily get 40 to 80 hours of gameplay before you're gonna get bored with that.
Sure. I think that might be worth it.
Uh, so I saw that Dark Souls is 7.49. The
Wasn't
prepare
that game one of those ridiculously hard games that
It's the
people got
Prepare to Die
frustrated?
edition. Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
it's
okay.
the you basically yeah, you're gonna die a lot, and
Yeah,
it's
see, I that's
kind of
not
roguelike in the sense that you lose your armor and anything that you pick up. But it's kind of neat because you can click on the blood pool, the blood prints or whatever, and see how the person, like someone else that's playing it, died. So it'll show like it goes. So it'll show you what to evade, what to not to do. What else? Borderlands 2 for $10. Come on.
totally worth it.
I'm pissed because I didn't even realize this was going to be happening soon. I had bought all the Skyrim DLC, and now it's all on sale. So
It's usually how it goes.
yep. But yeah, so Skyrim Legendary Edition, which is all the DLC, everything for $44. That's a very good deal. Um, I'll shout out for Don't Starve. I love that game. But that one's $8.99. It's 40% off. And Civ 5, the Gold Edition, is only $25. That's like I think it's all the DLC except for the last one that just came out. Did you pick that up, Rob?
No, I did not.
Okay. Was it
I like. I never get the expansions or whatever for Civ. I fucking love Civ, and I every one that comes out, I buy it and I play the hell out of it. Never buy the.
the expansion?
Yeah, never ever.
But yeah, it's some impressive titles so far. I definitely recommend everyone check it out. All three of you listening to this. I think we're up to three now.
Really? Wow.
I think.
Wow.
I know. We're big time. Um,
We gotta maybe have to class this up a little bit then.
well, we got rid
Mm.
of Kyle.
Oh, well, we've already done it then. Never mind. Carry on.
Move on. We already kind of snuck into movies there with the Deadpool, but I wanted to, Pacific Rim comes out this weekend. That looks cool. Um,
Which Dread Central, which is one of my horror website that I go to and check out, they have basically said everyone needs to see the movie. And that's good praise coming from that website because they're pretty rough on
right now, it
movies.
says it's 73% Rotten Tomatoes rating. It may sport more style than substance, but Pacific Rim is a solid modern creature feature bolstered by fantastical imagery, and that's what I had pretty much heard. Like the story slash dialogue isn't it's not gonna be freaking Oscar material, but it is every 10-year-old's wet dream. Like it gives you what you would want when you were 10. monsters beating the crap out of robots beating the crap out of monsters.
Or as I keep referring to my wife, it's Voltron versus Godzilla.
Yep,
Yeah, that really is. That's
which
a,
is fine. I am good with that any day.
yeah,
Or
I'll watch it. I'm
you
looking
know if
forward to it.
if you didn't want to see Pacific Rim, you could go see Grown Ups 2, which is currently sitting at a 5%.
Oh, oh, that's up from the 3% when I noticed it earlier.
Oh yeah,
So,
so someone liked
woo.
it.
See,
There's that.
or you could go get a lobotomy. I mean, that would be another option if you had to choose between I don't know, Grown Ups 2 and a lobotomy. Ah, you know,
I know Warner Brothers is I think has been a little worried because I guess they cranked up the marketing machine for Pacific Rim. I think they're afraid it's not going to be as big as they want it to be, but you
eh,
figure Despicable Me's out. That's a kids
Oh,
movie.
that was fantastic, by the way.
Is that what you saw this past? Was that where you took Remo this week?
Yeah, that's where I
Okay.
took my at the
That's
time
his
my
first
like one
movie,
week old child to the drive-in to see Despicable Me 2.
and he was just out. That's the cutest picture I've ever seen. Just wrapped up.
Oh yeah, they loved him too. We took him to the little concession. So we've got a drive-in like 10 minutes from the house, and it's
oh nice.
yeah, I mean it's like $6 for us both to get in, and so we go to the concession stand to spend a few bucks. I don't know, it's a little family-run thing, so
Mm.
whatever. And oh yeah, like all the women in the work in the concession stand just loved him.
That's the great thing about a drive-in. Right? I wish we had one around here because I could take the kids. Like
Yeah.
they could they could just sleep in the back if we want to see.
Th- They
You know.
just actually opened one in Ionia, apparently, about a month ago. Chris, so I mean, it's only about what 45 minutes away. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a little bit of a drive, but I thought that was kind of cool.
I mean,
Although
we
I
have
don't
to
know.
go when we come up in August. We have to go through. We're going up north anyway. To
Okay.
Traverse City. Oh, we'll have to. If we have time, I doubt we'll have time, man.
Yeah, I know, but I thought
Vacations
that was
back
cool.
up to
But
Michigan are like they're like I need a vacation afterwards. It's like visiting and visiting and visiting.
yes, but
But
you're visiting important people.
yeah, I should actually take a look for drive-in theaters. I think
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, actually, I wanted to go see The Lone Ranger.
Ugh.
that was going to talk about that too. It looks like I it's kind
Oh,
of mixed.
it's not making any money
Yeah,
No.
whatsoever, but
no.
I
What
don't care. I grew up watching the old Lone Ranger TV shows, so I'm gonna see The Lone Ranger.
From what everyone's been saying is that Army Hammer just doesn't do the character justice. So I don't know. It was almost like they were banking more on Johnny Depp's character than the actual, Army Hammer's Lone Ranger character, and it just didn't work because people just didn't like Army Hammer's
I
Mm.
portrayal.
didn't like the some of the like the second Pirates movie and the third Pirates,
Mm,
but I still loved them. So I don't know.
Yeah, they
Maybe
were
I
okay. I mean,
yeah.
I enjoyed them, but the first one was, in my opinion, quite superior. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
agreed.
yes, I think they're gonna be showing The Lone Ranger at the drive-in starting tomorrow. So, oh no, looks like it's a week away. Damn.
Oh well, hey, if you can get to see it cheap, I guess that's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Although it's kind of funny, we could actually, I very likely could get away with taking this baby to an actual movie theater. He just doesn't give a shit. He's all fucking honey badgered out. But
Honey Badger don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Just look at him laying there. You know, awesome.
Mm.
Um, uh, I want. Did you both saw Man of Steel, right?
I
Yes.
did.
Okay. There were very mixed reviews. Yeah, I think a lot of people hold this standard of the original Superman movies and that kind of cheesy you know American Superman. I don't know. I really loved Man of Steel. I thought it was exactly what a modern day Superman would have to deal with. You know.
I thought it was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Uh,
I'm not.
yeah.
Are we gonna go ahead and just spoil it?
Oh hell
Because
yeah,
okay,
It's been out long enough.
yeah.
I'm not like that big of a fan of Superman killing Zod because like Batman doesn't use a gun and Superman doesn't kill people. Like period.
Hmm.
I mean, I kind of see why they did it because they didn't have the Phantom Zone to shove him back into. So what the hell are they gonna do with him?
Right.
Hmm.
but that's the writer's fault for painting themselves into a corner like that, because Superman doesn't kill people, like, ever. That, and man, Metropolis just got fucked up.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people are like, why didn't he fly away? Like, why
Yeah,
wouldn't he
like,
fly to somewhere so he could do less damage?
I'll
No,
tell you why. Because
it was as if
Superman's a honey badger.
Michael Bay just picked up and said, "Hold on, we need some explosions and destruction."
Yeah, but the action was great, and
The action was good. I don't know. I'm torn because I did enjoy the movie, but I
it's
don't know.
not your mama's Superman. Like
It's not. And the funny thing is I really wasn't comparing it to the old Superman. I actually went in with just because I knew it was going to be different. But I don't know. To me, there was just something lacking in it. I don't know if it was like the rushed kind of
that'd probably be
relationships.
joy. A lot of people said that it's very heavy, and there's not a lot of light humor or lightness in the movie itself. It's very like it starts
Right.
out like he has to hide who he is, and like it's like a burden. He's like Jesus. It's like the temptation of Clark Kent. Like
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that was heavy-handed or anything when he
yeah,
jumped out of did the crucifixion pose, and
yeah,
when he jumped out of the Kryptonian spaceship and whatnot.
yeah.
Um, you know what? The other thing that really bugged me about this, it was just, again, I think, bad writing, was the tornado scene where Jonathan Kent was sent the indestructible guy to go hide underneath the overpass while he ran and got
Yeah.
the dog. It's like,
Well,
That
that's because he wanted to protect him. He was like the people.
right, but he could have
still.
gone, and then Clark could have grabbed the dog out of the truck and then run back to the overpass, and it
Yeah.
really wouldn't have seemed that odd, because yeah,
Yeah. I agree
that
with
was
you
just
there,
dumb.
Rob.
They could have killed him off in many better ways that didn't make him
Well, I
look
don't know.
just
Yeah, they could have
stupid.
just. I mean, I think what in the original what movie, it's like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I guess it was more about the point that you know that emotional hit. That's what they were going for. I think that's probably the weaknesses of it. They went more for emotional hits and you know gut checks instead of great writing. But I mean I loved when he was beating the crap out, just tackled Zod. When he was attacked his mom and stuff. It's like
Hmm.
never touch my mom. Just beating him. I was like, see, that's what Superman fights at light speed.
Hmm.
The Christopher Reeves. While I loved the old, and I have that nostalgic feeling for him. I was like, he flies so slow. It's like floaty float float. I was like, yeah, that kind of stuff. I mean, you would never even get to see. It'd be like Dragon Ball Z style, man. You wouldn't even be able to see him. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of people were comparing it to to previous Superman movies, and it's its own beast. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I don't know if they're gonna tie that Superman into the Justice League or not. They still.
If the Justice League ever comes to
I
fruition,
know. I know. It.
I did like Screen Rant's little article on the reasons why they should choose Flash as the next movie that DC does. I would be interested in that,
Yeah.
but
I think they should work on. I'd like to see a Green Lantern 2 with the with the yellow Lantern Corps or
see,
Sinestro.
I would like to see that too. But I think that they just screwed themselves with that first one, and I think it's going to take a lot before they revisit it. I really do.
You know what? I watched it again, and I was like, okay. It wasn't as bad as I remembered it the
it,
first time.
it's not as bad, but it's one of those movies where you're like, this could have been so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
There's a
what was the
huge.
depressing part and the aggravating part about it is that there was so much potential there, and they just didn't tap into any of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Oa. I mean, they spent like 5 minutes on Oa.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole, like he trains for 10 minutes and like he's done.
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
because it was a shithole. That's why.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well, they were trying to push it through too quickly just to get to the so to speak, meat and potatoes of it so that they could get the story rolling. But I don't know. It's something they need to redo, but
yeah.
I just don't think that it's going to be done for a while, and that's why I really everyone's pushing for, okay, they should do Justice League. You do realize that it's going to take you quite a few years if you're going to do that to even set everything up.
Well, the other thought is that maybe you use the Justice League movie to launch the individual character. Like that may be the way that Warner Brothers has to do it. Because I don't know if they can, like, if everything is as bad as Green Lantern. Oh, who did we lose? Yep, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. But yeah, we were just talking about Justice League and blah blah blah. It'll probably never happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Justin, is there any dorkgasms you wanted to share? I You had mentioned something, a website earlier. I don't know if you wanted to share it with people.
Oh, yeah. Stumbled upon a website that that Rob really likes the name of.
He thinks it's the best name ever.
He really
He
does,
does not
and I
think it's
think
douchey.
no,
No,
no, he doesn't think it's douchey at all. I think that he's going to now visit it every day if he can.
it's in his
Uh, it,
favorites, favorite
it
bookmarks.
is. It is called swagmagnet.com. Stumbled upon it while I was searching for Comic Con information, and it's got a whole bunch of different stuff on it. As far as what I was looking for, it had a listing of all the locations and times for the free swag at Comic Con to locate that, but there's more to it than that. From what you were seeing, you actually searched around a little bit more than I did, Chris, on what you found there.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of it. Not only do they, show swag from different conventions. I think I saw some stuff from the Disney convention that they did, but they also cover a lot of contests for swag as well. So there
Mhm.
was something for um, that State Farm and Adult Swim was doing to send people to. It's just a contest to send people to William Street. So where Adult Swim is put together, all the
Mhm.
different shows there. So yeah, it's kind of neat that you know from just knowing where you can get swag at a particular convention to buying it afterwards.
Mhm.
They do eBay auctions, and then also just any contests that you know are around that might provide some cool swag as well.
Right.
So I'll definitely be checking that out now.
Mhm.
Do they have a
Yep,
Facebook
and
thing? I might just like them on Facebook and then
I'm sure they do have something there.
I can.
Rob's already on it, I can
Yeah, oh yeah.
imagine.
He was sad that they picked the name Swag Magnet before he could get the URL.
Yeah, he couldn't trademark that either. Sad.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the original his original
Actually, I
choice
got
for
to
the
remember
website.
to renew the Dorkgasm domain name. That expires. Oh, in 2 weeks exactly.
Okay, yeah, do that.
I could have done that like at any point. I just keep putting it off because I'm lazy.
Make
Well,
check
actually, because
check out
I don't remember my login, my username for the like I have to look it up every time for the registrar. So I'm too lazy to do that.
check and make sure if
Way to go.
that other guy that has a URL similar to ours has dropped it yet. Probably not.
Oh, I doubt it.
Probably has that paid ahead for years just because.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's been eyeballing ours.
Say you better get
Oh,
So,
on that, or else you're
has he
gonna be
really?
stuck at.
oh yeah, whenever the first time I renewed it, he sent me an email asking me because we hadn't actually done any podcasting or anything for quite a while at that point. Asked me why I renewed it because he apparently clearly was going to pick it up, and I told him because I had an extra $10.
Because it cost almost nothing.
Yeah, like well, why the hell wouldn't I?
Although I do
That's
notice that
excellent.
our YouTube is much more recent than his. But yeah,
Yes,
my dork
let's see. Oh wow, he's actually updated it this year because the copyright notice
is
is
that
says 2013 on it.
damn. Oh well.
I really couldn't tell you when he's posted anything. I'm looking at it. There's just no dates on anything.
Well, my dorkgasm for the week. I got a bunch of. It was my birthday on Monday, and I got.
No one cares.
I know. The birthday part is important. The important part is that I got gifts. and
Well, yes,
got good
that's
gifts.
the
So
only reason to have a birthday and acknowledge
I
it.
picked up, the Dragon, uh, all the Skyrim DLC, and I got a nice professional mic with a pop filter. Got a wired controller now, Rob, for the PC, the Xbox controller. Play some
Uh-huh.
Borderlands 2. What else? Bunch of Doctor Who stuff. I'm wearing my Doctor Who T-shirt. Bloop. Keep calm and don't blink. Um, yeah. So yeah, I had a lot of cool stuff this week. And Rob, I don't even know if we get to do any dorkgasms because you have Remo Williams, and
Yeah, that was pretty
that's
awesome.
pretty good.
No, the I'll tell you what I did do while I was in spending all this time in various hospitals was a coworker of mine started talking about this game, and I was bored, and I had finished the book I was reading, and so I downloaded it. This fucking Candy Crush Saga game.
Candy
Are you
Crush
familiar with
Saga.
this? It's
It's the
apparently a
devil.
yeah, it's a Facebook game, and they've got it on the various smartphones, and it's kind of like what is it like Bejeweled? Is that the game where you match
It's
up like three or
yeah,
more
it's
things?
basically like Bejeweled. I like to refer to it as a virus.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
but you have like a limited number of moves to make so many points or do specific things, and and you have like 5 lives. You can't see my air quotes, but lives. And if you fail 5 times, and you're out of lives, and you have to wait 30 minutes for another life, or 2.5 hours for your
But oh,
five
isn't that
lives.
one of those ones where you can like pay?
You can
You
pay.
can put
You can,
money
Hmm.
into it so you can play. It's like Bejeweled, but you have to pay to play your
yeah.
turns.
Or you can do what I do, which is go into the settings on my iPhone, tell it not to automatically set the time and date, and then roll the date one day ahead, go back to the game, and then roll my date back.
Well, aren't you, Mister Smarty Pants?
Yes, I
Wow.
am.
You should
But
just stop playing that anyway, though. It really is just a
And
virus,
can't
and
you
it's
get?
just
Can't
it's a
you
bad.
bunch of
get?
bullshit.
I think I've seen people trying to get me to play it. Can't you like get lives by getting your friends to play it and then giving you turns, stuff like?
Something like that.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
the
Yeah,
know.
Facebook
it's
Really,
version.
it's
I really
garbage.
try not to bug my Facebook friends with that kind of bullshit because I really hate their fucking farm requests. So I don't want to be part of the problem.
Well, that's what it is. It's like Farmville Jeweled.
Yeah, but so it's fun, and it's a good way to kill some time. But I swear that some of these levels, since the placement of the candy are, I can only assume randomly generated. I don't think it's possible to win each level every time. Like if you were perfect, I don't think you could win each level necessarily every time. I think sometimes you've got to fail and just hope that you get better candy placement the next time.
It's kind of like Sweeper. Sometimes it's just you can't do it.
You can always do Minesweeper.
Not on that first click. You can't. It's always
What?
a chance on that first click.
I don't think so.
Well, you got to choose a place to click first. You got to find a clear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, and I guess I could technically be wrong, but I don't think so. That that the board isn't set until the first click.
Because
There's no.
I've clicked bombs
I've never
You,
immediately,
clicked a bomb,
like
and
the
you
I
know,
first click.
and man, I played that back whenever that was like the only game you could get.
Well, even if it was on first click, if you get like a one, that doesn't help you at all.
Well, I've done it on second click many times.
Could be on
But
second.
I don't think the board is set until the first click. It doesn't make any sense for it to be set until the first click.
yeah, I that's what I think too, Rob.
Like
I
you
don't
You
said.
should,
recall
yeah,
it
you should
being like
never
that.
kill the player on the very first move.
Yeah,
But sometimes you'll get stuck in a corner, right? Like you only have one little corner left, and there's
Oh,
no
you
way.
can,
You have to
sure.
make a
I mean,
yeah.
guess.
at some point it's guessing, I
Yeah,
guess, but yeah.
yeah. Well,
Whee!
so you like Candy Crush,
No, I don't. It's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I've been saying.
And yet
but you
you're
can't stop
playing it
playing
though.
it.
Oh yeah, I've got to prove to it that it's not the boss of me. I'm also still playing Tiny Tower. Um, they added more levels to more stores or whatnot, so I've got to complete my tower again because I'm OCD like that.
Do you see SimCity? They are talking about DLC now, and the surprise, surprise, the ability to play offline
Oh
might
no,
be
I didn't hear
possible
about that.
after all. After
I
people
know
have already done that.
they released the amusement park DLC, and they just released I forget what the actual name of it is, but basically it includes like airships and stuff. So one of your public transportations can be like a zeppelin,
You can,
which is
yeah, like
pretty
you can
fun.
pay $10 for a balloon. So people are saying,
Yeah, I have
basically.
not done that, which is amazing all by itself because I just have absolutely no regard for my money,
Just toss it
as
anyway.
evidenced by the fact that I just apparently pay for domain names I don't
Don't
need.
even need. Secretly, Rob hasn't told us that he has put $200 into Candy Crush to gain more attention.
Yeah.
He
Some of
was
these
too
games,
lazy to set back his iPhone. Set it forward.
actually,
Set.
I will say that some games like Tiny Tower, which is a free game where you can spend some real money for a few things to make the game faster. Like those, I have spent a few dollars on, but only because as a programmer myself, I appreciate you know good or fun software, so I'll spend the money just as a way of paying for the game, not because I mean. But then again, I've also bought gold for WoW, so
Oh,
Wow.
you're you're one of those people.
you know what? It got to the point where my time was worth more than the stupid grinding. So
Okay,
like seriously, I'm like, it's just cheaper just to buy the stupid gold and be done with it.
Because
that's
you're
sad.
supporting, you know, the
I don't
the
care.
Chinese gold farmers. Well, not even them. You're supporting their employers that only pay them like 3 cents an hour.
Don't care.
Don't care.
And give them a glass of
I saved
water every
myself
12
10 hours
hours
of
just
grinding.
just to keep going.
Yeah, I just I'm just like, you know what? I got other shit to do besides this fuck grind, and so whatever. I'll just spend $10 or whatever, get enough gold to buy a whole bunch of shit, and not have to worry about the grind, and just have some. It was well, that was also back in the day whenever the mounts were like ungodly expensive.
It was like what's 100 gold just for the cheap ass mount at 40.
Yeah, that was for the cheapest one. Yeah, and then it was what 1,000
It was
then
a
Yeah.
lot.
for.
So yeah, so I bought some gold just to because that was specifically all I was grinding for. Like I just needed the stupid gold for that, and I just like, you know what? I got better things to do. Like I'm playing a game, I'm not working a job, so I'll just spend $10 and be done with it.
All right.
Yeah,
Alrighty. I think that's it, fellas. Oh, by the way, yeah, we've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dorkgasm Productions. You can follow us on Twitter at Dorkgasm Podcast, or you can email us. No, we didn't get any email since the last time. I'm very sad.
I
Um,
think Sherry quit listening.
she might have. I think we're too professional for her now. Um,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's not
no.
good.
It seems so improbable.
I know, right? Which is what podcast at dorkgasm.net. If you want to send us email, I don't know, tell us you like
Love
us, you hate
letters.
us, something you
Yes, just love us. Just
I,
love
I
us.
am a
that you
sexy
hate
beast.
Kyle,
Yeah. Oh, any hate mail for Kyle? I mean, that's welcome. We'll read it every
Justin's
time.
gay,
And
Rob's a
you're a dick.
jerk, Crispy's
Mm,
awesome.
uh, two of those statements are true.
Um, yeah, we'll roll with that. Two of them are true. Sure. Just for Rob.
Well, we did mention earlier that Rob had some very scientific information about the year that Justin was born.
And we're going to go ahead and end the podcast. Good night, everybody.
It's a wrap.